by Sagicor Bank is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, Montego Bay Municipality launches new strategy to eradicate rat infestation. Now, Golding demands probe into $31 million medical drill purchase. Residents of Paradise in Westmoreland are pleading for clean drains ahead of the hurricane season. In the business report, it's small biz, big dreams. They're talking fruitcakes. And in sports, Reggae Boys set for Unity Cup clash with Trinidad in London. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Monday, May 26, 2025. I'm Nika Lewis. Thank you so much for having joined us. Downtown Montego Bay in St. James has been grappling with a significant rodent infestation that has raised serious health concerns among residents and local businesses. Reports indicate that the presence of rats and mice has become increasingly noticeable, particularly in areas frequented by tourists and locals alike. Local authorities have recognized the urgency of the issue and are now intensifying their efforts to combat the rodent population. With the details, here's Shante McNeil.
Rat infestation has long plagued commercial districts across the island, including downtown Montego Bay. Rats, described by some as the size of a mongoose, dart across shoppers' feet if one isn't careful. To tackle the problem, the Montego Bay Municipality and Health Department are intensifying their efforts under the Mobay Step Up program. The latest initiative, Keep the Rodents Away from Montego Bay, was officially launched on Labor Day.
And through the program, we have implemented several activities that would help us to deal with rodent control, including the removal of over 200 truckloads of bulky waste within the city space, the eradication of dump sites. We have now eradicated 5 major dump sites that were in the market, in the city space. And those are contributing now to a more cleaner space, but to a cleaner space.
The initiative targets high-traffic commercial areas like Charles Garden Market, Barnett Street, the Transportation Center, Sam Sharp Square, and 4th Street. But officials say maintaining progress will require support from everyone.
The persons who are preparing the food in terms of proper food practices, the aid of the municipal corporation, or national solid waste, managed solid waste as well, in terms of proper garbage disposal. So all of these, when we come together with everybody taking their role and responsibility seriously, including the persons who are preparing the food, then that will actually help us to get better control of the rodent situation here.
To see lasting change, she notes constant action and monitoring will also be necessary.
And that is the importance of public education, of persons understanding the implications of not handling food properly, not storing of storing food properly, or also in terms of disposal of their garbage and waste. So that is something that we want to ensure persons understand that and getting the information out there. And in addition to that, as our role as public health, to do our monitoring in terms of food handling establishments, training of our food handlers, and enforcing the Public Health Act.
Shante McNeil, CVM News.
With the hurricane season just around the corner, residents in Paradise, Westmoreland are raising red flags. They say a major drain that runs through their community is clogged, and unless something is done quickly, the area could face serious flooding. CVM's Shante McNeil picks up this story.
Blocked and bursting with debris, that's how residents in Paradise, Westmoreland are describing the state of a main drain that flows through their flood-prone community. With the hurricane season just weeks away, they say the situation is a disaster waiting to happen.
You are clean more once, twice, yearly. Look at it. Look at it.
PNP Councillor Caretaker for the Savlamar Division, Abigail Malcolm, says the drain is vital as it channels heavy water flow from the community.
So this drain goes straight back to the sea. So whenever it rains for more than a week straight, the community is flooded. So my priority every year is to clean the drain to let go the water of the citizens in the area.
Malcolm is appealing with the local government minister for a proper cleanup effort.
So I am saying to the local government minister, you have to send funds to our parish council so that the necessary drain cleaning can be done on time. Because right now, we're in the process of cleaning the drain. This time of the year, we clean the drain. If we don't clean the drain and the rain comes, in case it's a hurricane, the entire community is flooded. So we have to let go the water so it can traverse to the sea.
Residents say the last time the Paradise drain was cleaned was a year ago. They describe the current state as disgraceful. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
In this CVM News follow-up, the bridge in Bamboo River Gully, St. Thomas, has long been in a state of disrepair and an issue which the residents seek to rectify themselves. Under the supervision of the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, the work has begun, but residents say that additional support is needed. Adrian Williams tells us more.
The people of Bamboo River, St. Thomas, spent their Labor Day working on a community bridge. The infrastructural work came as a result of the residents and the councillor, Rosemary Shaw, lobbying for the relevant authorities to take action and provide funding. However, while residents were supplied with the essentials to begin repairs, they assured more is required.
It's the only bridge that leads to the community. If there's a fire, we cannot get any fire service to come down. We cannot get the garbage truck. We need this bridge to finish. This is not finished. We need material. We need it emergency. You know, we need it. If somebody take sick and we need the ambulance, nobody can come out.
Locals say the issue has been impacting vehicular flow in the area. Residents are fearful that they won't be able to get emergency support in life-threatening situations due to the bridge.
This bridge has been dilapidated for a long period of time, need fixing. And now it started to fix yesterday on Labor Day. But it doesn't finish and we need some more material to finish it.
While pedestrians have resorted to using a makeshift footbridge to cross the gully, motorists have not shared the same luck. They are imploring those who can help, including the municipal corporation, to lend a helping hand.
You know, much nurse, doctor, lawyer, public health officer, teacher, name it, we live down in here. You know, see, we're born and grow in here. So we want a better community, a better bridge.
Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
And we hear now from a St. Thomas woman who is seeking help after allegedly falling during her commute in an area now being worked on. We hear more from Adrian Williams.
CVM News recently learned from a St. Thomas resident of an accident which left her with a broken arm. According to Carol Walters, she was walking to get her hair done when she allegedly slipped and fell in the mud, which she attributed to the ongoing work on the road in Port Morant.
I go on Monday to do my hair, and the lady told me that, all right, she went and call me back by 12 o'clock. So I said, all right, I go and look at party for my lunch and come back. By coming from around the corner, around that corner there, my hand break and the road, that's what going on the road, the mall and so on the road, I break my hand there.
Another resident told our news team the issue with Walters is not an isolated incident. He believes that the National Works Agency, NWA, has been neglecting the area. His explanation for why existing safety hazards have not been rectified.
The Works Agency does not have any nexus pertaining to it. It is imperative that they come and do what is to do. So therefore, we need somebody to come and deal with this particular situation.
Walter says the accident has affected her livelihood. Several hustles have become increasingly difficult since the incident. She is pleading to the public and the authorities for financial assistance.
When they come back up hustling, they can't get fit done. They can't get from nothing at a random from town. Tuesday, and I cannot do it. I don't have any money. I need some help. I'm crying out for help. I need some help with my hand.
Manager of Communication and Customer Services at the National Works Agency, Stephen Shaw, recommends that Walters reports the incident to the nearest China Harbour Engineering Company or National Works Agency offices. Ronaldo Adams, CVM News.
Well, we take a break, but there's so much more to come after this.
Join my private room. Only $1,000 for a grand time.
That I know me. We never said that. But who going to believe me?
That is correct. $4,350,000. Yes, go ahead. $4 million? I never approved that.
Yes, me go doctor tomorrow. So me have to get the money today, no longer. Then no me face that. We never make no record or beg nobody no money.
Deepfakes are AI-generated images and videos made to look and sound like people we know and trust. They're used to spread misinformation, destroy reputations, and are used to commit fraud and scams. Don't fall victim to deepfakes. Protect yourself. For more information, visit broadcastingcommission.org or scan the QR code on screen.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
Thanks so much for staying with us. To politics now. The government of Jamaica is calling on both supporters of the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party to vote for the JLP in the next general elections. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness insisted that PNP supporters will benefit from this move, as the work that's being done in his administration will benefit all. Meanwhile, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz is promising to bring electricity to the communities in southeast Clarendon. The government made the call during a political conference on the weekend in the parish, and we have more in this report.
The government has once more targeted the opposition and its supporters in its declarations. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is urging the electorate to be intentional as they make their decisions about political candidates in the next general election. He's making an appeal to supporters of the People's National Party, urging them to vote with the welfare of the country in mind, as a win for the Jamaica Labour Party will also serve their best interest. This latest appeal by the Prime Minister as he announced plans to boost the Jamaican economy.
PNP people must know that when the Jamaica Labour Party win, they win as well, because they will benefit equally from the prosperity and the dividends of the good management of the national and the local economy.
Meanwhile, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz criticized the opposition. He claimed the PNP has long envied the plans of the government and that the Mark Golding-led opposition are void of plans and policies to benefit the people of Jamaica.
Mark Golding present a budget, and when I'm asking him how he will finance it, him say not really a budget, it's a forecast. They have no plans. They have no policies, and every policy we have and every plan, them bad-minded. I am depending on you to carry the message into the valleys, into the hills, into the communities, into the districts, into the bar, into the church. Because if we ever make the mistake and put them, the bad-mind people, back in our government, dog, nyam, we suffer. Choose Jamaica. Choose Andrew Holness. Choose Pernell Charles. Choose all of the Jamaica Labour Party candidates. We are going for a third term. We deserve a third term, and you, the people, deserve continual good governance.
They've proposed a multi-million-dollar rural electrification project that is expected to bring electricity to the communities located in southeast Clarendon. The project is set to start within weeks.
The government of Jamaica is spending $110 million in southeast Clarendon alone, with a budget of over $1.5 billion across Jamaica. So that communities like Unity Heights, Brandy Lane, Dampy Lane, Rocky Point, Lionel Town and surrounding communities can benefit. We will be carrying out house wiring and pole line activities throughout these communities in the coming weeks, because we choose rural communities and we choose Jamaica. But I have something more to tell you, and that is, we are going to be carrying out 1.3 kilometers of pole line extensions in Dampy, to be followed by the wiring of over 250 houses, 85 of which has been already rewired.
Shante McNeil, CVM News.
Meanwhile, the opposition is turning up the pressure on the government of Jamaica over a controversial medical equipment purchase. PNP President Mark Golding is calling for an official probe, citing concerns of political favoritism and misuse of public funds. Here again is Shante McNeil.
There are renewed calls for the Auditor General to investigate the $31 million purchase of a medical drill, this time from PNP President Mark Golding, who says the deal reeks political favoritism. The initial call came from opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes, who also wants the Integrity Commission to conduct an audit. The contract was awarded to Medical Technologies Limited, a company that has rejected claims of overpricing.
A drill which on the market costs 1/10
of what the government bought the drill from this company. A company where the majority shareholders are JLP MP. And he claims he's holding the shares in trust, but for who? The thing mix up. It don't smell right. There's something rotten in the state of Jamaica. And I'm calling the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission to look at it and scrutinize it very carefully. Because the people of Jamaica are suffering in the healthcare system.
With patients facing long waits, broken equipment, and critical shortages in public hospitals, Golding argues that inflated purchases like this represent a gross misuse of public funds.
We want to start a movement when we form government. We want it to be led by well-thinking Jamaicans, the churches, civil society organizations, academia, to try and bring back love into the society, bring back decency, bring back caring, bring back the values and attitudes that Jamaica used to be known for, but now under this government.
He says change is necessary and has recommitted to putting integrity at the center of the next PNP administration.
There are so many pieces of equipment that need repair or to be replaced. I know if you're buying equipment at very inflated prices, those resources are being misused, misappropriated, when they should be available to fix the things that are needing to be fixed in the hospitals and in the health centers. So many people can't have their elective surgeries done, operating theater closed, AC not working, elevator not working, CAT scan not available. Even at the Bustamante Children's Hospital, no CAT scan.
Shanti McNeil, CVM News.
We take a break. Stay with us.
It was all going so well until...
I've been wanting to get to you for a long time. Shucky ducky quack quack. Smells so good. I'm taking it all in.
What y'all laughing at? All new Family Feud.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm getting scared.
Brought to you by We Are the Caring Store, waiting to serve you. It's time to experience independent living. Visit us today.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Rise with Sunrise. Miss Kitty and Dennis are sitting down for a cyber safety lesson in Tech Time. Then it's over to Miami in Destination Tuesday. We'll pause for the arts with a little Sunrise Theatre and wrap things up in Sunrise Freshers. You've never seen a sunrise quite like this.
Welcome back. Many may wait until Christmas to bask in the thrills and savor the indulgence of fruitcakes or Christmas cakes, as you may know them. But one entrepreneur has formulated an easy solution to have it ready for you right through the year. Adrian Williams takes us on a trip with Paris Ruby Gourmet for small biz, big dreams.
Today's Small Biz Highlight digs into one that offers ready-made pastry treats, items such as
fruit cakes, cheesecakes, bread puddings, banana breads.
Zalicia Smith is the owner and founder of Paris Ruby Gourmet, located in Montego Bay, St. James, Jamaica, and she tells us more about a new product she launched at the Jamaica Expo held earlier in April.
We used the Expo Jamaica to basically give a soft launch of our new product. And so I thought it would have been a great opportunity to share it to the world what we're now offering. You're able to travel with it overseas. You're able to gift it to a family friend. You're able to, if you're a baker, you can, purchase the pack, resell it at the markup. You can also, other than gifting, you can, enjoy it for dessert whenever you feel like, for special occasions like weddings, birthday parties, etc. And even just whenever you want it.
You can probably remix it by adding it with other things, make your own mixture.
It's perfect the way it is. However, if you feel after trying it the first time and you want to add additional stuff, you're welcome, but I cannot guarantee that the outcome will be the same because we've already tested our measurements to ensure that you get a perfect product. But if you want to change it, that's up to you if you want to do that.
And if you aren't quite the baker at heart, Zelisa mentions this is the product for you.
So it's a Paris Ruby fruitcake mix that allows persons to be a part of our baking experience. They just add 1 egg, have stick of butter, and mix and bake.
For the people fearful of baking and not worry if they're going to mess up the mixture, all just a simple addition.
Simple addition, 1 egg and a half stick of butter. No need to alter it. It's perfectly fine. It has been proven many times. And it's like a premium, outcome. So you can enjoy a premium fruitcake just like how grandma bakes it. I always tell people we're not here to replace our grandma's baking, but Paris Ruby's fruitcake is to remind you of grandma's baking. So yes, it gives you the opportunity to still have a fruitcake any time of the year at your convenience. Even if you don't feel like baking today, you can still have it, put it down, and whenever you're ready, bake it. If you want to make a favorable impression on your family, even though they know you can't bake, you just grab a Paris Ruby fruitcake and say, "Hey, I made this cake."
Grand boy. With all this savory goodness, does she have bigger dreams on exporting the product?
Absolutely, and that is part of the reason why we created something that the whole world can enjoy. We want everybody to experience a piece of Jamaica with the families and friends you love, and that is what Paris Ruby is all about, which is why we're made with love.
Well, Paris Ruby Gourmet's journey does not stop there, as the fruitcake mix is now available on Amazon, being the first fruitcake mix to be sold on the platform. So whether you want to skip a few steps in baking for your next big function, or you just want a sweet treat for you and the family, Paris Ruby's cake mix may be the right fix for you. I am Adrian Williams, and this was Small Biz, Big Dreams. Dream big!
Jordan Fort is no baker, but I'm sure he can tell us what's coming up in sports.
Yeah, and we have some tasty treats for you, Nika, in the oven. Because we're talking about football. Of course, the Reggae Boys getting ready for the Unity Cup. Remember that mishap, or whatever you should call it, with the spelling of Shelley Ann Fraser-Price's name on the sign? Well, that has been corrected. Of course, her childhood street being renamed in her honor. So that's good to see. Plus, we're also talking West Indies women's cricket. Despite the heroic effort of the captain, Hayley Matthews, still going down to another defeat. I'll tell you more in sports.
All right. So there's lots more to come, but you have to stay with us, for CVM News continues in a moment.
So I'm sure you took her to a doctor, and what did he say?
He said that she had a hole in her heart. She's a blue baby.
I thought I would find my papa, but I didn't. I found Uncle Jungly instead.
I will divorce her. It's what you want.
Ganga. Brought to you by
Hyundai or Hyundai.
Hey you know all the people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
Crispy barbecue zinger from KFC. Available for a limited time. KFC, it's finger licking good.
The time by KFC is...
Welcome back, and it's now time for a check on the social media landscape.
So, what's been making waves on the internet today? A street sign bearing Shelley and Fraser Price's name has been corrected after a spelling error was fixed. The sign is for Ashoka Road in Waterhouse, St. Andrew, which was recently renamed in honor of the Olympic sprinter who grew up on the street. Here are some of your reactions. At Shelling Shells Shares, it should have never happened in the first place. At Nick's Nuts writes, in fine Jamaican style, we always focus on the negative when we should just be congratulating her and feeling proud of her. At Shell Talks comments, for those who don't get it, this is a sign that went through multiple channels of approval before it was pressed and pinned. Her name is not uncommon. At JVN adds, thank you. Next time, pay attention to small details. Them little mistake that nothing make. Now, congratulations to the Honorable Pocket Rocket. At Cadian Post, human error. These things happen. Well done for the speedy correction and apology. At Mish D. Gemini says, next time do better. However, the quick turnaround time for the correction is commendable. And that's what's happening on our social platforms. Share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV, CVM_television on Instagram, and CVM Television on Facebook. I'm Raheem White.
Here's a look now at regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. There is a growing possibility that the next president of Suriname could be a woman. Even as the votes are being counted following Sunday's general election, the National Democratic Party of the now late former president Desibor Teerza is emerging as the largest party. The party's chairman and presidential candidate is Jennifer Gerling Simmons. More from MPG 10 Television.
We are on the right track, Simons declared early Monday morning in an address to supporters. As the count continues, the NDP is on 18 seats and the governing VHP, the Progressive Reform Party of Chan Santoki, on 17. Under the hybrid proportional representation system, the NDP was allocated 78,261 votes and the VHP 75,305 at the time of this report. No party is expected to win outright, and in the coming days, negotiations will be among several parties to reach the magic number of a minimum of 26 seats in the 51-member National Assembly. As morning broke in Paramaribo, the NDP supporters seemed happiest. Supporters shot off fireworks outside of the party headquarters. Gerling Simons also expressed her satisfaction with the preliminary count so far, saying they had achieved it through hard work. The chairman acknowledged that more votes still have to be counted and the current situation can change.
And in international news, dozens of people have been injured after a car plunged at high speed through packed crowds in Liverpool, where thousands had gathered to celebrate Liverpool Football Club's parade through the city following their victory in the Premier League. With that report, here's the BBC.
Tonight, the emergency services have launched a huge investigation. They're still trying to get to the bottom of the circumstances behind this collision. Liverpool Football Club have said, as you just said, that they are offering their support to the emergency services. The Prime Minister has described the incident as appalling, but there have been on all fronts, people saying there have been messages not to speculate about the background to what has happened, and the emergency services we expect to give an update later on tonight with more of the background. The ambulance service, meanwhile, have described this and declared it as a major incident. Crowds of Liverpool fans had come out to celebrate this afternoon, but the carnival turned into carnage. A car was making its way along a closed road. It looks as though people were trying to stop it. A warning that what we're about to show you is distressing. With no idea of what's about to happen, people are still celebrating when suddenly, out of nowhere, the car careers towards them and ploughs into the crowd, which is rows deep. People are obviously badly hurt. There's panic and chaos. This footage from the roadside shows the immediate aftermath.
And then we suddenly saw the car reverse and then accelerate and move through the crowd. And honestly, people scattered like bowling pins.
And that's it for regional and international news.
We take a break to make way for sports. Up next.
It was all going so well until...
I've been wanting to get to you for a long time. Shucky ducky quack quack. Smells so good. I'm taking it all in.
What y'all laughing at? All new Family Feud.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm getting scared.
Brought to you by We Are the Caring Store, waiting to serve you. It's time to experience independent living. Visit us today.
So, I'm sure you took her to a doctor, and what did he say?
He said that she had a hole in her heart. She's a blue baby.
I thought I would find my papa, but I didn't. I found Uncle Jungly instead.
I will divorce her. It's what you want.
Ganga.
Brought to you by
Hyundai or Hyundai.
Celebrating one.
For this, the first lead story here on CVM TV.
1 year of bold reporting.
And of course, we look at solutions. But the fact is,
1 year of fearless investigations.
It's a very important argument, and it's a very important issue.
1 year of asking the tough questions.
16 is not enough. Is 13 enough?
Lead Story with George Davis is celebrating 1 year of delivering the truth day after day. And we are just getting started.
Let's start the show.
Welcome to sports. I'm Jordan Fort. Let's run off with some track and field news. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce beamed with pride as her childhood street was renamed in her honor on Sunday. The 13-time world and Olympic champion says it shows what can be achieved in spite of one's circumstances. A spelling error of her name grabbed headlines, but that was corrected on Monday. More on that after this story. An honor and a privilege. That's how 13-time world and Olympic champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce described seeing Ashoka Road, Kingston 11, renamed in her honor on Sunday. As she spoke to attendees at the unveiling ceremony, Fraser-Pryce recounted her humble beginnings in the inner city community in St. Andrew and said in spite of the circumstances, she was always